Hello and welcome to another episode brought to you from the Ball and Banter podcast series. My name is MJ. I'm the host of today's show. As you can see, we have a very special guest. Today we've got Wolfgang Gasparik, who is a head researcher for Football Manager for Austria, Germany, Nigeria, and he's also a professional scout. So, Wolfgang, how are you today? Thank you very much for joining me as well.
Hello, MJ. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. I'm great. Thanks for being here. Yeah,
hmm
let's have a nice show.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll be talking about Football Manager today, so there's no better thing to talk about. I love Football Manager. I've been playing it for years. I remember the first one I played was a 95 edition, and I really liked that. Me and my friends played it. It was quite quick. The database was really small. You could get through it in a season in one day. So we just like literally on our summer holidays, we'll just sit there and play the
Yeah,
old manager, 1995 one. And this is probably like in 2001, 2002, and we're still playing the old one then because it was really quick and you can get into it quickly. But how did you get started in Football Manager, Wolfgang, and how did you get to be the head researcher for Austria, Germany, and Nigeria? It must be a really busy job.
it is. It is absolutely okay. Let's start from the beginning, from the time when I
Yep.
started to play this game, not to work for this game. I
hmm
can remember I've started to play the Football Manager series or former Championship
Yeah,
Manager
Championship Manager.
series.
hmm
I guess I started this in 1992. I was a young
hmm
boy, at the age of 14, and played with some friends on the old Amiga. Was the
Mm.
first part was the Amiga to play on this,
Yes, I
and
remember
so we
that.
started to play Football Manager or Championship Manager, and our free time. So when it's raining outside, normally we play football in the park. But when
hmm
it starts to rain outside, we go inside and play this game for many hours.
Mm.
Sometimes we played the whole night on weekend, only Football
hmm
Manager. And so many years later, I've started to be a moderator in the Meistertrainer Forum. It's a German site for Football Manager. And
Yep.
as I did this job there, the former head researcher from Austria, Gregor Eigner, he's a good friend
hmm
of mine, meanwhile, uh, started to make a search for new assistant researchers to help him in the database because it was the starting of Football Manager, and the database, as was mentioned before, was really small. It was in
Yeah.
2002.
Okay.
So he asked me if I maybe would be a partner from him and to help him in the database to make the database bigger and better and all of this. So I said, yeah, why not? I like
Mm,
football. I'm doing the editors since many years for Football Manager, also for some other football series. And so I said,
mm,
yes, I'm in. I'll do this for you. So I met him the first time, and we did it together for 3 years, or for no many more years, for 6 years until 2008.
mhm,
We did it together. He was head researcher, I was assistant researcher, and so we started to let the database grow up more and more and more. From the, I can think about it was 2,000 players at the beginning, and actually have around 25,000 players in my database. So you can see
mm,
it went up to high amount of players in the database and clubs and all
mm,
of this. In 2008, end of 2008, Gregor called me and said if I like to go to London for the next meetup from Sports Interactive. He not mentioned it's about a head researcher meetup. He just mentioned it's a
mhm,
meetup. And I said,
mhm,
okay, yeah, why not? I've been to London before, but you come there for free. So
Why
Sports
not?
Interactive said they like to invite us as a part of we've been the head researchers and we do great jobs, so they like to invite us there. And so okay, I said yes, I will come
Yep.
with you. I like to meet these people there. I like to meet the other researchers. I like to meet the staff there from Sports Interactive. So we went
Mhm,
to London together in 2009 in February, and
mhm,
I didn't have any knowledge about what happened there. So it was great for me to come to England. My English was very bad. I spoke English just basic and not more, and was sitting in the office there, and I didn't understand anything because so many dialects from English from many people around the world. So somebody's from French, he's speaking a different English than the guy from Italy, and also the guy
mhm.
from Scotland is speaking different to the guy from South England. So
Definitely.
I was a little bit stressed there at the first moment. Said, well, what I'm doing here.
Mhm,
And after some minutes, Gregor went up from his chair and said, "Wolfgang, please stand up. Introduce yourself. who are you? What are you doing? And I said,
Mhm.
I'm Wolfgang. I'm the assistant researcher for Austria. And he says, no, it's the first mistake. You are from now on the head researcher for Austria. I was standing there like, what is
What?
doing?
Yeah.
He said, I like to quit the job now, and you be the next chef, the next head researcher of Austria. So he was
Yep.
amazed about this
Mhm.
possibility because we've never talked about this before, and nobody came
No.
to me and said, you'd like to become the next head researcher. So I
Yep.
was
It's a
confused at this
surprise.
moment, but happy too. Yeah, it was absolute surprise, but I was so
Mm.
happy inside to say,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
hi, to become the next head researcher for Austria. Great, fantastic. And so I've
Mhm.
become the head researcher in 2009. It's now a long
Mhm.
time, it's 12 years now, 13 years
Yep.
soon. And yeah, in 2020, not 2019, we have seen the role from the German head researcher is vacant because the former head researcher went to become a scout from a German Bundesliga club,
Mhm. Yep.
and so that this role was vacant. Nobody liked to do it, and I have to say the database was not really good. It was only focused on the Bundesliga, but the second league and
Yep.
third league was not really good. So I asked
Mm.
my partner from Holland, Jeroen, and said, mate, let's do it together. We are long in this business. He's also 20 years in this business, and you have a great
Mhm.
database in Holland. My database in
Mhm.
Austria is
There is.
also wonderful. So why not do it
Yep.
together? So yeah, it's a lot of work, another 3 leagues, but we say okay, we do it. We've asked Vuj if he's ready to give us this role to become the head researcher, the co-head researchers for Germany, and so
Mhm.
we said okay, we'll do this. And also there's a third person, Simon. He is the head researcher for the lower German leagues and is helping us in the
Mhm.
German top leagues for first, second, and third. So we
Mhm.
are a great team. Meanwhile, we have a lot of assistant researchers who are doing a
Mhm.
great job for us. And so we took this over to say, okay, Germany is close to Austria, is close to the Netherlands. So
Mhm.
we have a big knowledge about these leagues because the Bundesliga is a very famous league, and we're looking
Is.
this league also very often. So it is fine for me. And but in the same year, I've started to do some smaller works for the Nigerian database because I went to Nigeria actually for 3 times for a long period to watch players there, and I love this country so much, the people
Mm.
and all of
Mhm.
this. So I said I will take this role too. I will become the next head researcher for Nigeria because this role was never discussable. Nobody took it
Nope.
over. So Africa it's not a point in Football Manager, but I like to change
No.
it. And so I said in 2019 I will start it, and in
Mhm.
2020 I said, or 2021 responsible, I say I will take over the role for head researcher for Nigeria, and I will try to make the database for Nigeria great. And I
Yeah.
guess it is great right now. So all of the
Mhm.
clubs are with full squads inside. They're rated. They have contracts. Everything is fine. So I'm
Mm.
amazed for the job, and I can't wait to play in Nigeria. So
Mm. That'd be fun to play
mm,
a league game in
maybe
Nigeria.
someone will play in Nigeria too.
Yeah, I would.
Maybe we can make an online game in Nigeria.
Mm.
You take over one club, I take over one club, and we do one season. And we can make also, I
Yeah.
don't know if it's possible, we can make one day a week. We do this and make a live session on
Mhm.
this, a live stream. If you like, think
That's a
about
good.
it. I would be
That's
in.
not a bad idea, you know. Yeah, I think we'll
Also,
talk
some
about that
people can
definitely
join
one
us
day.
if they like to join us to take over a
That's
team
true.
there. You're
Yeah,
welcome. Just
it's
talk
true. Why
about this.
not?
It's no problem. Yeah, okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
and it's something new as well, so it'd be interesting to play it.
Yeah, it is.
Mm. No,
So
I'll be definitely be interested in that. But yeah, so go
okay,
on, Wolfgang.
we can talk about this later. So no problem at all.
Yes, definitely. But I was gonna say because obviously I know you was head researcher for Austria, and there's been like quite a lot of players that's come from Austria, especially Red Bull Salzburg, and come to the Premier League, like Naby Keita,
Yeah,
Mane.
yeah,
And I know you're a professional scout as well, so
yeah.
did you get to see those players play quite often?
Batson Daka. Don't forget Batson Daka. Mention this guy.
Sorry, yes,
Batson Daka
yes,
is
yes. And the
maybe the
Gordons.
best striker I've seen in Austria, apart from Holland.
Okay.
But he's a different
Yes,
striker.
of
But
course.
Daka was a
Yes.
machine. He's a small boy, but he's a
Yeah.
machine. And he scored 4 goals last week for
Yes, he
Leicester.
did for Leicester. Yep.
I
Hmm.
mean, amazing. So this guy is really, really a good player, and I like him so much.
Mm. I think he was. Once you give him time to settle in at Leicester, I think become a really good player.
Yeah, It's his first club in the Premier League, but it's not his last club in the Premier League for sure. Not there is a lot of potential in him, and I guess he could be one day. Maybe I would be really really amazed if it will happen. The main striker for Manchester United.
You never know,
Nobody knows.
You never know. You never know. And then, as they always say in football, anything can happen. So I would never be surprised by something
Everything
like
can
that.
happen. Yes.
Everything can happen.
Nobody knows this. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So players like Mane as well. I mean, like in Football Manager, a lot of the players they seem to be so accurate. Like the attributes and stats that you give them seem to be so accurate. Do you use like a formula or like an algorithm, or is it just your experience as a scout as well?
I use the experience as a scout. So I'm watching every game from the Austrian League every weekend. If I can't watch it because of I have work or I'm not at home, I will see the night. So I will come back home when my wife is going to bed. I will watch these on conference. And but to be honest, I know all these players since a long time. So my main focus is to see the players maybe for 2, 3, 4 times. Also live. Sometimes I will go to the stadium to watch it and to watch these players too. But if I go to the stadium, there are so many other points there. So I meet some friends, I meet some other agents, I meet maybe some other scouts. So I can't be focused on the games. I'm talking with them. It's my business, and I like to talk with people. So mostly I'm watching at home all the games and can see. At least I will see the goals. I will see all the goals from the Austrian league and also from the German league. It's not easy to see some games from the Nigerian league, but if I can see them on the stream, of course I will watch them. So I like to have also knowledge about players from Nigeria, and there are really really great players there to watch. And but in Austria, as I said, I know every player, and so I'm only tweaking them. I'm watching and saying, oh, what he's doing. He not did this last year, but he's doing it right now. Or maybe he's not playing on his position right now. He went back a little bit more forward. So, but my main focus is to see the young players, the newcomers who went the first time for the season to the first wasn't in my first league, played in the 4th or 5th league. So I say, okay, they have 3 new players from 17, 18 or 19 years old. I have to see them. And that's I'm doing this very often. So I will check them on a sheet of paper. I will check them also on YouTube later or some other videos on InstaScout or YScout, just to have more knowledge about this player and to make him more realistic in this game. To be honest, I can't do every player realistic because it's not possible. Look,
No, of course
we
not.
have
You're only human.
28 teams only in the first and second league in Austria. Let's say around 25, 30 players each team. Huge amount of players. It's close to 1,000 players. I should have knowledge about them. So I have a knowledge about every player in the Bundesliga, especially the players who will play as a first teamer, maybe in the starting 11 or will be on the bench. So most of them players I know, and I'm learning every week more and more players. So I see the players on television. I see the players live in the stadium, and I don't need a sheet of paper to write this down. So I have this in my brain, and when I go back home, maybe I will watch the game again, or immediately I'm at home, I will open my database and will fill in all the attributes I've seen from the player at this game. Sometimes I've seen a bad game from this guy. Sometimes maybe I've seen the best game from this guy at this day. So it's not easy. That's the reason why I like to see this player at least 3, 4, 5 times to make my final decision about this player. And as I say, it's only a game. So we have only numbers from 1 to 20. So we can do it in a bigger gap from the players and maybe more concrete or more realistic. So, but I guess if you see the game, you will see the player in the game mostly similar to the player on the pitch in live football. So I've checked it out, and I'm really, really happy with what they did right now and what Football Manager is now at. Because you remember the times in 2000 and compare the times now. So the match
Completely
also
different.
it's completely different, and it's fun now to play this game, to be a manager And sometimes guys say to me, "Wow, what's you playing there? Which game is this? It's not Football Manager anymore. It's Football Manager."
Mm,
So
mm,
I'm excited to play this game if I find some time. But yeah,
yeah.
we will see.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a completely different from when I first started playing football manager till now. I think one of the biggest things that's changed as well is the player and his personality. They get upset, get happy. You have to talk to them.
Yes.
So for things like that, like a player's mental side, how do you judge them, like their personality and things like that? How do you rate them by their mental side?
Mental side is a bit tricky
I can imagine.
because you don't know this player in personality. You don't speak to this
Mm,
player. You can't
no.
talk to him and say, "How are you? What are you doing?" But I see the player on the pitch. I see
Mm,
how he's doing there. Is he uh, fighting hard? Also, if they're with 2 goals behind, or is he only
mm,
fighting if they're in front, if they're on the strike? So it's tricky to do this, and you can't do it perfect. It's not possible. But
no.
after so many years, if you do this job so many years, and as I mentioned before, if you know these players from so many games,
Mm,
sometimes I've seen a player. Meanwhile, especially players from my favorite team, I've seen every
yeah.
week. So I know these
Rapid,
players
Rapid
like
Vienna.
Rapid Vienna, of course, is my favorite team.
Mm,
I'm a lifetime
yep.
member from this team. I'm a member from
Mm,
this team since 1984.
yes.
So it's a long, long time.
It's in your
Yes,
blood.
I'm old, okay, but no, I was a young boy. I was a young boy as I started to be a fan from this great club. And yes, of course, there is a bigger club right now in Austria. It's Red Bull Salzburg,
Yep.
but it's not the club I like. It's good for the
Mm,
Austrian football sometimes because they
yeah.
will make Austria, yeah, more
Stronger.
famous.
Yeah.
But yes, it is me stronger too. But yes, it's another capital in football make them stronger. But it's because I not in every position, so they
Mm,
don't do what they should do. But it's a separate capital. It's not from for Football Manager. We can make this one day to talk again about Red Bull Salzburg.
yeah.
It's no problem for me. But actually, it's the best team in Austria. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't say no. So I would lie if I say it's not the best team. They are, and but it's for me. It's okay. I accept this. But
Hmm.
Rocket Vienna is my team since I'm a young boy, and I'll never be a fan from another team in Austria. That's for sure.
Mm,
So
hmm.
as I say, I'm a lifetime member. I've seen every game. I will see also some games this year. I
Yeah.
was in London to watch West
Yes.
Ham,
I saw. Yep. I
and I
saw
will go
the
to
Instagram.
yeah my pictures there. So I was fine there. I will go
Yeah.
to Zagreb next week to watch the game, and I will go to Genk to Belgium in December. So I'm on a journey as always do for European League. So I like to travel to different countries to watch Rapid Vienna there. But it's changed
Hmm.
right now from former the hardcore supporter who is standing
Yes.
there and 90 minutes support the team to now more because of my job to as a scout and a football
Hmm.
intermediary to see the players in a different perspective than before.
Hmm.
So it is a little bit funny right now. So I'm 50-50. I'm a supporter for the club there, and sometimes I'm chant there and also I'm singing. But at the other side, I can't do it anymore. It's because I'm in business, and yeah, you can't be only for one team if you're in this business because the other team, maybe the real team, is coming and say, "Oh, I need your expertise. I need a player from you," but you are a supporter from this team, as a hardcore supporter from this team. So it's not good anymore to do it. So I'm silent right now, and I'm there still as a businessman.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I know. Yeah, just another question. With a player and a player's potential, are you using your own experience as a scout to rate the player's potential? I mean, have you seen them play at youth level? How far do you go to see like a wonder kid or a player with great potential?
Uh, Potential is a good question because the online database can give me an expected potential how big he can go in
Yep.
the game.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's too big for me because I've seen a player. He is actually a good player in the Bundesliga, but I
Yep.
can't see any more potential. potential in him to raise up. So he's
Yep.
maybe 21 years old. Actually in the database with a CA for a career ability of 105, and he could grow up in the database up to 160. So he would be a good player in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, I can't see this in him. Actually, I see maybe he will be a good player in the Austrian Bundesliga. Maybe he could become a good player in the German second league or for bottom teams in German Bundesliga. So he will be maybe 135, maybe 140, no more. But the database is saying right now he could have 160, 165, maybe 170. It's too big for me. So I will say no, it's not possible.
Okay.
I will give him only 140 or a minus potential of -7 and not -8 as the database is saying to me. But also it can happen sometimes that I can see this player, he has more potential than he is actually showing us. So the potential is more bigger than the database is saying. Database is saying maybe -7, but I can see he is -8, so 160, 165. And he would be a good player in the Premier League. Because you can see, for example, Ercan Kara. Maybe you know this guy. He's a rapid striker.
Yes. I'm sorry. Was he there last year as well when he played Arsenal?
You see, he's 25 right now.
Okay.
Nobody expected this from him. So as he played 2.5 years before in the Austrian third league for a small team there, nobody expected this career. Nobody expected to see him in the next 2.5 years playing the 6th time for the Austrian national team and scoring a lot of goals for Vienna, also in the in the European League. So nobody expected this before. I've seen this player playing, but I say to my son, and he said, "Wow, this player is good." I said, "Yes, he's good, but I can't tell you right now. I'm experienced in scouting, but I can't tell you how far he will go. Can he be a Bundesliga player in the future, or maybe only in the second league, or maybe he can make a big step up to a big league in Europe?" And actually, I can see him to play in a big league, and I don't know how far he can go because he's like a wonder kid for me in the high age. He's 25, so you can't say he's a wonder kid. He's a big hot prospect. He is normally at 25. He should be close to his peak.
Yes.
He has his breakthrough, and he should be close to his peak. He says, "Yeah, of course," but there will not be a big jump in his career anymore. But this player is so crazy. Actually, if you see this, I'm sorry for this, but no, he's a crazy player. But I can see him that maybe the next step would be to the German Bundesliga for a smaller team, or maybe in the English Premier League for a smaller team because his strength, his good body, he can play there as a single striker in the middle. So yes, he's a wonder kid, but not a wonder kid like he's too young. He's a wonder kid because of his age. And so we have many players like this. You can never say it. And in the database, he won't grow up anymore. So you can't do this in the database. You can push him higher. Yes, I can set him a higher PA, a higher potential rating.
Yes.
But it is like little England. Computers say no. Computers say no to make him better. So we will be honest. So I have to raise him up there. But at the end, it's not realistic for me to. Maybe he's one of the best players in the Austrian Bundesliga, and so other teams in Austria like Salzburg will buy him. They will not do this because he's too age. He's too old. So it's tricky. That's what I say with potential abilities. Sometimes I have to overrule the database and give him a higher potential, and sometimes I have to say no, database is not possible. This player is not as good as you expect from him. So but if I never have seen this player before, I will trust the database at least for this year. So sometimes users call me and say, "Wolfgang, it's a mistake. This player is a better player than you expect." And say, "Okay, it's fine for me. It's your feedback on this. It's fine. I like to get feedbacks to make everything good because, as I said, I'm a scout, but I don't know any player in the world. So sometimes they say, "How about this player?" I say, "Oh, never heard." But he played yesterday the first time. Oh, okay, he played the first time. So
you must know him then.
Absolutely, his shoe size and everything about him, and his favorite food. And, oh yes, that's the role of a health researcher. He has to know everything. Also, maybe his girlfriend. Everything. Maybe also his girlfriend. I don't know. No, I don't like to know his girlfriend. Married, everything is fine. So they don't like to know the girlfriend of the players. Maybe yes. I don't know.
Exactly.
Don't
Your
like.
your head researcher, not like a mind reader, you know.
Yeah, yeah, of course,
Exactly. Hmm.
of course.
Because that's what I was going to ask you as well. Like, would it be possible to get like any promising decent young player and make him world class through training and experience, getting him the loans at the right time when he's younger to get games. But as you kind of said, you do kind of put a cap on it, so it's kind of hard to get any player to be world class, isn't it?
Not any player.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Not any player, is it?
No, no.
No, no.
Uh, Look, if the player, for example, has a high potential, is potentially can reach if everything is fine. So if he would play for the best team in the world in Football Manager, with to reach this potential, maybe it's no guarantee.
Mm,
So you should keep. If there is only one bigger injury in the game, he would not become world class
mm,
because he will not get his time. Because
yeah,
every year he's playing in the database, he will get smaller and small potential will get smaller. So he will not be
right.
always in the same potential as before. So he would have potential from maybe 170 at the age of 21,
Hmm.
but at the age of 24, he didn't reach this potential. He will be maybe a decent player in the Premier League with 150. And
Mm,
that's it. At 24, he
hmm.
will not make a big jump again to 170. And
Mm,
that's so. Sometimes it's crazy to see some players you've never heard before in the
mm.
database or in the game to become a world class player.
Yes.
For example, we had this last year or the year after, the year before. I don't know right now. It was a Romanian guy. His name was Man. Maybe you have heard
Okay.
about this guy. He played for Steaua Bucharest, or FGSV is the new name
Okay.
for this club.
Hmm.
FGSV in English.
Hmm.
And also, I guess some news talked about this player because he was always mentioned to become the next superstar at Manchester United in the game. And nobody
Okay.
knows this player. Who's this player right now? He's a world class player. I hope potential. I hope prospect for any team. And Manchester's buying him and he's scoring a lot of goals. And
Mm,
nobody knew this player before. And so I say to myself, I like to know this player. Who is this
mm,
player? Maybe a mistake in the running database, or
mm.
is he really a player as he mentioned there? So I went to Bucharest to watch this player, to see this player. In my free
Yeah.
time, I went
Yeah.
to Bucharest to see this player there for a game. And I
Yep.
say to myself, how can he become a world class player as he should be in Football Manager?
Mm,
I say, a mistake. But no,
mm.
I've talked to some guys from Romania, but they say he's really a world class player, but he's playing for the wrong team. So he
Right.
could become
Okay.
the world class player for Manchester United with his
Yes.
potential right now, with his abilities right now, but not in real life because
Right. I understand.
Manchester's not seeing him to make
No.
it possible. Because of his ability in the game, he would be a big player for Manchester in some years, and that's
Mm,
sometimes why I've seen who is this guy?
mm,
Never heard about this guy before. Why is he
mm.
playing for this team now? So, and although not me, only some others say, okay, who is this guy? But I've checked him
Mhm,
out. I went to Bucharest and checked him out. So I can
mm.
say right now he's a good player, but he's not that good player.
Yeah.
He was in FM 2021
Hmm.
to be the superstar for Manchester United. So, but yeah, but you can see so many players in the world. Uh, at the young age, they are really unknown.
Hmm.
And 1 year later, they played just one or two games for a big team. They're
Yep.
superstars.
Yes.
I don't know why.
It's
Like
crazy. It's crazy.
it is like Mbappe. Mbappe
Yep.
is
Exactly.
such a guy. He
Yeah.
played only one or two games in France
Yeah.
before for his former team, and then he went to Paris Saint-Germain for a lot of money.
Money. Yeah.
Wow,
Exactly. After that one
incredible.
good season with Monaco, wasn't it?
Yeah, he only
Yeah.
played some games. I don't know exactly how many games, so I don't like to say any number.
Yeah.
But he didn't play much games.
No.
And the next season, he was superstar at Paris Saint-Germain
Yeah.
and one of the candidates for Ballon d'Or. So
Yeah.
that's crazy in football for me. So I never heard from this player Mbappe before.
Hmm.
Yes, shame on me. But
Mm.
I have to say I don't watch the French league.
Yeah.
French league is not my league. There's
Yeah.
only one, maybe two, three teams who are really good to watch.
Strong.
But
Yeah.
the rest is and I can't speak French. So if I see a stream for the French league, I'm lost. I'm lost.
Just put it on mute. You can
It
understand the pictures.
it's not my league, so no,
Yeah,
no.
that's fair
But
enough.
there are many players in the world with the same. His only example is Mbappe.
Yeah.
Same example was in Germany, Bellingham,
Yep.
Sancho.
Jude,
The same
Sancho. Yep. Yep. Yep.
same players.
Great
So
players.
they've been there. Not like and but another example, a different example is Grealish.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's a
Jack.
different example.
Mhm.
Jack's playing since a long, long time, since many,
Yep.
many years.
Yeah.
And was an outstanding player. He was an
Mhm.
outstanding player.
Mhm.
And now he makes the big move to Man City.
Yes.
But I've seen him many years before and said, "Wow, he's a great player."
Mm.
But he was so loyal to his former club to stay there. So
That's his
he's a
boyhood
great
club.
outstanding player for me.
Mm.
Yeah, of course. But it's
Mm.
not like Mbappe, for example, who played some
Exactly.
games for a smaller team and then he moved up to Paris Saint-Germain and he's a
Mhm.
superstar there. So he's a great
Mhm.
player. So I don't like to criticize him. He's a
No,
big, big
of course
player and
not. Yeah, of course, of course.
absolutely
Well,
fantastic player. But
yeah.
Grealish is for me is a better example for development in football, and
Mm.
also is the same way maybe as it should be in Football Manager, or it is in Football Manager, a
Mhm.
development over years, not to
Yes.
become the top class player in 20 with a young age like
Mhm.
Mbappe.
Mhm.
And what can Mbappe achieve now? He is a top class player.
Mhm. It's true. Where
there
can
is there
he
is
improve?
nothing more to do for him. He can, yes, maybe he can win next 10 Champions League titles in a
Mm.
row. Yes,
That's
but he
it.
can't achieve anything more.
No.
He's playing for a national team. He's playing for the best, one of the best teams in the world.
Yep.
So Grealish was funny for me. He played for a smaller team,
Yes.
become there a legend, and
Yep.
now he's playing for maybe the best team in the world or maybe
The
the
best
richest
manager.
team. Yeah,
Yeah.
the same would happen manager in Football Manager. He would play
Mm.
for smaller clubs and become superstar maybe at Man City.
Mm.
And that's
Mm.
that's that's more realistic in life with Football Manager right now than the life really is.
It
But
is.
yeah, it is. But it's not easy sometimes to rate such players. It's happened to me every year with Salzburg. Red Bull Salzburg is a great team, as
Mhm.
we spoke before,
Yep.
and all the players are really really good players. And so, but
Mhm.
it's not easy for me to make a comparison from this team to the other Austrian teams because they dominate the league,
Yeah.
and I can't do this in Football Manager. I can't rate them as high as they should be to dominate the league because all of these players will play the German Bundesliga, and
Mhm.
that's not realistic. So,
Mm.
for example, today I've got a message from a guy about Karim Adeyemi. I guess you know this guy.
Yeah, I've
He's
heard of
now
him.
the
Yeah.
new superstar. He's a great player, he's a fantastic player, but to be
Mm.
honest, he's not the best player for Salzburg in his
Mm.
age.
Mm.
And but if I would rate him like this guy said to me, he would be the best player in the Austrian Bundesliga. He would be a big player in the German Bundesliga right now, and he would play always and ever in the German national team as a starter.
Mhm.
It's not realistic. It's not
No.
realistic. So I have to lower him a little bit and to balance him to be maybe only a decent player in the Austrian Bundesliga, and not the realistic player as he is right now. He's a fantastic player, of course,
Mhm.
but that's sometimes a little bit tricky for me to do all this. To know the player is better than he is in the
Mhm.
database, but
Mhm.
only for one season. Maybe in the winter update, I will raise him up. Why
Yeah.
not? Because
Yeah.
he will
If
maybe
he
move to
deserves it.
Bayern Munich. There are rumors he
Mm.
will leave Salzburg in winter,
Mm.
and then he's out of my database, and then he will be in the German database, and I can give him a higher CA than I can give him in the Austrian database, because it
Yeah.
would destroy the structure there.
Is it like the strength of
So
the league as well that kind of determines their potential?
exactly,
Yes,
it
I
is.
understand.
The German league is better, and it's easier to have a high potential player or a high CA player than in the Austrian league. Also,
Yeah.
if he would move to England, it would be easier to give him maybe. Actually, I don't know. He has 134 or something like this. I could
Mhm.
give him easily 142.
Mm.
Why not?
Mm.
But it's not realistic in the game. Maybe realistic in life, yes, but not
Yeah.
realistic in the game. Sometimes users don't understand this. They call me, "Hey, you have no knowledge about this." Yes, I have knowledge about this.
Mm.
Trust me, I'm doing this
Yes.
since many years. But sometimes it's out of my hand to do it like you see him.
Yes.
It is
Yeah.
like this. I would give him this, but you won't be happy in the game.
Mm.
If the player will leave in the first transfer period for less money.
Hmm.
Because so that's it's
But that's life
sometimes I
as
see
well.
him. It is absolutely, sometimes it's annoying for me.
Mm.
You have to discuss this with them every time, again. Why not this? Why not that? Why
Yeah.
you give this player such a
So
CA and
much.
this player only this?
Yeah.
I don't have time to discuss this every time. So maybe sometimes someday I will do a guide for Football Manager in the Austrian database to just send him this video to say why I'm doing this and that. But it's crazy. But after so many years with so much experience, also in management, I'm handling it. I'm
Yeah.
still calm, and I like to discuss this, and I like to explain everything, why I do this, and
Yeah.
why I give the player maybe a vision of 9 and not a vision of 15. Or today I had a big one. He said to me, I have to lower his stamina for one.
See,
One.
everyone thinks they know
One.
better.
What is one? Stamina of
Nothing.
one. Not to one. Lower him from 13 to 12.
Yeah. What's the difference, really?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he can play not for 70 minutes. He can play now for 68
69,
minutes
68. Yeah.
or 69
Yeah.
and 30 seconds. So
That's silly.
it's not a
That's
big
silly. That's
difference between
nothing.
13 and
No.
12. And
No,
he
there's
said to
not.
me, I have to do this. Why? Why?
That's
It's
so
annoying
silly.
for me.
That makes
I
no
did it.
sense.
Of
I can
course,
imagine.
I did it. I did it for him,
Okay.
just for him.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because yes, I'm happy. I was happy in the morning and say, yeah, okay, it's funny for me. Just because of this, because he's saying to raise this issue, I have to do it. It's too
Mm,
funny. And
mm,
I can write books. I can write books about researching and about better faces. When the better is coming out, I can write books what people told me about some players. And I ask him, have you ever seen this player? No. And you say to me, really, are you serious? You say right to me, I have to do this, and you never see. But yeah, I hear it from a friend and his other friend. He's a good player.
yeah.
Of course, he's a
Okay.
good player, maybe, yes. So you see, to be head researcher is sometimes stressful. To
Yes.
be head researcher is sometimes funny,
Hmm.
but I'm proud to be head researcher for Austria, Germany, and Nigeria. So since many years, it's
Hmm.
a big role to be
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
And yeah, as I said, I'm proud. I'm absolutely proud,
Of
and I will
course.
do it many years.
Of course. I know you're very passionate about it as well. It's a big passion of yours, and I know you love football as well.
Of course, I love football since I'm a young boy.
Mm.
My, as I was born, my father took me to the football pitch. The
See,
first
straight
thing,
away.
yeah, I'm born in January, and I guess in March I've been the first time on the football pitch. I was sleeping there under some trees. So I
Yeah.
was my father. My father was a football manager. He was a coach
Okay. Okay.
for a
In
young team
Austria.
there, and so yeah, in Australia for a smaller team. The team
Hmm.
is not existent anymore, but it was,
Okay.
was my first team. Was my first team at the age of 3 years old. I joined this team with 3 years to play football there. I also
Mm.
played football in Austria. Was close to become a professional footballer in Austria, but an injury stopped me. So
Mm.
I played only amateur football and semi-professional football in smaller leagues in Austria just for fun. For the
Mm.
next, played until 33. So I've stopped playing football 10 years ago.
Mm.
But I've not stopped to be in football business. I've only
No.
stopped to play for myself.
Yeah.
So, but after my retirement, I said I have to come back to football in any position. But I don't like to be a manager. I don't like to be a coach because I don't like to make it for young players. I'm not a teacher to
Mm.
teach them football.
Yeah.
I have a big knowledge in tacticals. I have a big knowledge in everything in football, but I'm not a teacher to teach them the young players football. So I said, no, I like to become the role of a scout. And as I said, I'm doing the role as a head researcher since 20 years now, or
Mm.
close to 20 years. And so I said, I need to find something similar to researching and
Mm.
scouting.
Mhm.
So, and that's what my next profession to do. A scout, to become a scout, to make some courses, and to make
Mhm.
the license as a professional scout. And so yeah, and 2019 I said, okay, scout is fine, but why not become football intermediary, football
Mhm.
agent?
Mhm.
Have your own players, help clubs to find the best. You have a big knowledge in scouting. You can
Mhm.
use scouting with your roles as football intermediary, and you
Mhm.
can make some money out of it too.
Why not?
Why not do this? And so I started to become this. And actually, I'm a researcher, scout, and football intermediary in one person. And family father, of course, family father too. But my,
That's,
my boys are
that's
19, so
excellent.
they don't need me anymore as a father. So I'm
Yes.
more a friend for them right now. They come to me and say, "Can we go to a stadium with you
Yeah.
sometimes?" Or more, I'm a taxi driver for them. Can you
Of
bring me to
course.
this or that location? But it's okay
Of
for me.
course.
This is fine.
That's normal.
I'm a taxi driver. It's better for me to drive them there as to know they will drive for alone and maybe drink something and can go back. So
Exactly.
you can say to me, Dad, can you bring me to this pub? Can you bring me to this disco? I will say yes. And
Mm.
please call me when you like to leave there. If it's
Yeah.
3 a.m. in the
Yes.
morning, call me.
It's okay.
So
Yeah.
that's good for me. But it's hard. Sometimes there is no sleep.
I can imagine, especially with your job with Football Manager. But Wolfgang,
Yeah.
what's next? What's next for Football Manager? Would you say like getting the women's game more involved? What would you say is the next big thing for Football Manager?
Uh, how can I say? I'm not into the football manager business inside. I'm not a staff for football manager.
Okay. Yep.
So everything I hear is mostly the same everybody's hearing.
Yeah.
So if they bring out a newsletter, it's the same newsletter I got.
Okay.
So women's football, I've seen on Facebook. I guess it was on Facebook and on Twitter
Yeah. I see
that
some
they
things as
have
well.
say there's some introduction about women's football in Football Manager.
Mhm.
To be honest and to be fair, I'm not interested to see it
Mhm.
because I have not no big knowledge in women's football. So I know
Yeah.
that the business and the market and the industry in women's football is growing up now. So it's
Yeah. It's
it's
getting
getting
bigger.
better and yeah, more important than before.
Yes.
Uh, and maybe if Sports Interactive says in 2020 FM 2024, I don't think it will be in
Mm.
2023. It will be too early.
No, it's still not
And to
ready.
be honest, I can't see anything in a database to make it possible in 1 year. To,
Mm.
as I said before, I'm trying to make the Nigerian Football League playable
Mhm.
in the game. I'm
Mhm.
doing this now since 2 years, and
Mm.
in my opinion, it's not ready to do it.
Mm.
It would need at least another year of research to make this league playable. Only the
Okay.
Nigerian league, only one league. But
Mm. The
we're
top
talking
league.
about women's football in we're talking about women's football in, I don't know, maybe 50 leagues, or
Mm.
in 20 leagues or 30 leagues, playable leagues. So you can see I need for this, and I'm experienced since many
Mm.
years to make a
Mhm.
database and to create everything, the rules and all of this. I need for only one country and one league at least 2, if not 3 years, to make it playable.
Mhm.
Should
I
not should
understand.
not,
Yeah.
should not say SI is doing this, but they could do this. They could bring it inside after 3 years, and 3 years means every day, not less than 5-6 hours a day working on this database to make
Yeah.
it playable. That's huge. That's a huge time, and so I don't think it will be in 2023. Maybe 2024. Maybe
Possibly.
2025.
Maybe. Yeah. But do you think
Maybe
that's something?
2025 will make it. But as I say, I'm not involved in this, so nobody's talking to me about women's football. They never come to me and
Mm.
ask me about my opinion. What would I say about women's football? Or maybe they say to me, "You like to be a part of women's football for Austria." So maybe there will be a
Mm.
new head researcher or a female head researcher for this,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
I will be maybe an assistant researcher
To
to
help.
help her,
Mhm.
exactly, to help her.
Mhm.
What can you do with my experience?
Yes.
And to be honest, maybe if Sports Interactive would come to me and would ask me if I would do also the head researcher for Austria for women's football, you know my passion.
Yep. I do.
Yeah,
I know the
The answer
answer
would be
already.
yes. The answer would be yes. I would
Of
do it,
course.
but for sure not. But for sure not alone. I would need
No.
a second partner, a female. Best would be a female researcher
Hmm.
for this, who is more into this business, more into the women's football than I am, because I'm focused on men's football and men's football in Austria and other leagues. Of course, I could do this for women's football too,
Yeah, I bet you
but
could.
would be a big jump from women's football to Austrian football. And to be honest, I've not seen one single game for
Mm.
women's football.
Yeah, so it'd be tough. It'll be tough for you to jump straight into women's football like that. You haven't watched any games. You haven't
It
scouted
is, it
anyone.
is, it is. And also, I have to say, there is no women's team close to me or professional team close to me. The next
Mm,
team will be around 1.5 hours by car to watch
mm.
this
That's
this
far.
club. So
Mm,
that's far from me for women's football. But never say never. So I'm
mm,
open for everything. And as I say, maybe also some women team will come to me and will say, Wolfgang, you like to scout for us, or you like to help us with scouting, you like to give us our experience, because yes, never say never. I would do it maybe, but actually, I have women's football in mind, and I have seen many games in the early days for women's football, and it was terrible. It was
mm,
terrible.
mm.
But I've seen also now women's football is getting better every year and every
It's got so
podcast.
much better.
It is, it is. But as I say, it's not my business to do this. But never say never.
Yeah, you never
But
know,
for
innit?
sure, for sure it will not be. For sure, in my opinion, it will not be women's football in Football Manager 2023.
Mm,
Maybe 2024, but I guess 2025.
yeah,
But it's the
who knows?
industry. Football
You never
industry
know.
is
If it's in demand, you never know. You have to supply and
no,
demand, isn't
absolutely
it?
not.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Maybe they will strafe me now with lies and will say no, you a liar. It will be in 2023. Okay, it's
You're
fine for
good.
me.
That's fine.
It would be fine,
That's
but
fine.
realistic is not realistic for me. It's
Mm,
not realistic for me. So
yeah.
we will see.
You
We
never,
will see.
you never know. But you know what, Wolfgang, as well, I have to say, yeah, especially like in the early 2000s, like 2001, 2002, there's a lot of players that I found out about from Football Manager because there wasn't really internet like how it is now. Wasn't really like YouTube where you could quickly watch a player. So I found out a lot of players from Football Manager. I'm not gonna lie, I found out a lot of players from Football Manager.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
then when they turned into world class players, I was like, oh my days, I had you for my I don't know Aston Villa team. I remember you. You was a good player, and you just see them like now at Barcelona or now at Real Madrid. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is because we are a big network of scouts
Mhm.
around the world who are working for Sports Interactive Football Manager.
Mhm.
I've seen some report. I guess it's around 1,000 researchers around the world who are
It's a
doing
lot.
this. Not have researchers, assistant researchers. On
Mhm.
maybe I don't know. It was in 2015, so
Okay.
maybe it's now 2,000 to five.
Could be
I have no
double
idea.
easy.
It's just a number, but most of them are doing scouts roles for different clubs in real life. So they are
Mhm.
scouts for teams. So they are more also very experienced in scouting, and so they do the database better and better and better and more.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely great. Austria is a little bit strange because I only have one assistant researcher who's helping
Okay.
me to make the database. Only one. Only
Okay.
one.
Only one. Okay.
Yes. And he's responsible mostly to create new players in the
Yep.
Bundesliga, and he's responsible to make the transfers. So he's always
Okay.
watching the transfers
Yep.
and requesting the new players. And also, he has a moderator role, so he can do mostly the same things I can do.
Mhm.
There are some differences in this because yes, there should be a difference between head researcher and my assistant researcher, of course. But
Mhm.
he's my main assistant researcher. Yes, of course, it's easy. He's the only one,
Mhm.
so he can be my main researcher. But no, he's a great job
Yeah.
since doing great job since many years, and I trust him very much in this, and I know his experience in doing this. But he always says to me, Wolfgang, please, I do this, and you do the rest. I don't
Mhm.
like to make the attributes for players. I don't like to rate the
Okay.
players. like you do because you are more experienced in this, and it's your head. You're the head researcher, so I can say, "Oh, it's not my job. It's the job from the head researcher. I'm
Hmm.
out." So, nah,
Hmm.
that's no problem for me. But yeah, it is, as you said before, database is growing up every year more and more, and it's getting better and
It
more
is.
stable. And
Hmm.
it's funny to play this. And yeah, and before, as you mentioned, in the early 2000s, there was no really big websites to find
Nope.
everything like football, like Transfermarkt. Transfermarkt is a big and huge
Yep.
site.
Yep.
And I guess everybody liked the site and everybody used the site for researching.
Yep.
Me too. But there are
Hmm.
also some other sites you can watch to find, because some clubs don't have good websites where you can
Hmm.
find data about these players and
Hmm.
to find it out. So sometimes it's tricky, especially in Nigeria. It's very tricky
Hmm. Yep.
because there are not many clubs there with good websites. Some of them don't have any websites. Some have websites, and if you click on this website, you get warned as a virus. So sometimes it's crazy, and so it's tricky to spend a lot of time to find data for such clubs in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But I have a huge network there. As I've been there, I have a lot of friends, and I
Hmm.
call my friends and say, "Come on, help me out. I need now a squad from Enyimba. I need now a squad from Aqua United or something, and they will help
Hmm.
me on this, provide
Hmm.
me good data. I have to trust them. But at the
Yep.
other side, nobody knows exactly their birth date. So if send me a feedback and say, no, this player is not born in 2002. He's saying he's born in 2002, but he is born in 2000 or in 1999.
Yeah.
So I'm happy
Yeah.
with this, but I can only trust the internet. That's a big
Yeah.
problem, especially in countries like this.
Hmm.
But actually, data are really pretty cool to find out in internet and in many different websites, like I say, Transfer Market or World Football, World Football, and all of these are great sites to make it possible. But of course, sometimes you have to use other sites like Instagram and social medias
Hmm.
to find
Yeah.
everything out. So, or you have to
Yeah.
talk directly to this player. If you find, oh, this player, I need his birth of day.
Yep.
So I will talk to him. I try to get in contact on football on Facebook. I try to get
Yep.
in contact on LinkedIn and
Yep.
to talk to him and say pro. Or if in African, it's easy for me to say pro to him than to an European.
Yep.
Or a European say, mate, can you give me your birth of day because it's missed. It's missed in Football
Yep.
Manager. You like
Yep.
me inside? Most of them say, "Oh
Yep.
yeah, great. You can.
Yeah. Of
What you need from
course.
me?"
Yep.
And some others
Yep.
say to me, "Okay, but how much I get from you?
Mm.
How much? I like to get some
My,
money for this. Are you crazy? No. Okay, I don't need. I don't. I look in your face and you are 74 years old. You play now with 74 years. It's no fun for me. So look. Some people are crazy. Really, they
yeah.
will
I
never
can
play for
imagine.
this team. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's. But it's fine for me. So but it's not many players behave like this. A lot of
Mm.
players say, "Oh, I'm happy," and but no player say to me, "Oh, that's good. I'm inside. I give you a shirt. Oh, I'm waiting for this."
Ah.
Some
Hopefully.
players just come to me and say, "Wolfgang, great. I give you a shirt now with me. We make snap, and you have a shirt because you brought me in this game." Nobody
Well,
did this.
I hope that someone listens to this Wolfgang and be like, you know what? I'm gonna give Wolfgang a shirt now.
Yeah, I have a big shelf, so I have a lot of space for shirts. So
There you go.
count able, boys, help me
There
out,
you
bro.
go. Any listeners, help out Wolfgang, please. Give him a shirt.
No, but
Wolfgang, how big worldwide do you think Football Manager is? Is it played by a lot of people across the world, or is it just more in Europe?
no. I guess it's around the world. So
Mm,
I don't know exactly how many countries have a researcher,
hmm.
but I guess it should be around 80% is covered of the world with Football Manager.
Mm.
So of course England, yeah, is the main country in
Yep, we
this.
love it.
I know, and I've seen if I went to England. Before I mentioned I'm the head researcher for Austria, Germany, and Nigeria. Yeah, people it to me when I mention it, or I wear my shirt or wear my
Yep.
jacket, and you see, "Hey, Football Manager. What are you doing with Football Manager? I say, I'm the head researcher.
Hmm.
Oh, they're getting friendly in a second. And, wow,
Of
great!
course.
Can we make a snap or something? So I say sometimes, wow, this must be a great job. Uh, why not
Must
before?
be.
Why is not friendly
Yeah.
to this before? Now
Yeah.
I'm this. I'm in this room. So that's crazy sometimes for me, but
Mm,
it's funny for me. It's funny for me to be this and
mm,
to work as a hair researcher.
yeah.
So it's good. It's absolutely great.
Must be a great job. It must be a great job. I can only imagine what it'd be like because I love football as well. So yeah, I can imagine it'd be lots of fun, and you're passionate for it as well. It's just like doing your
Yeah,
like working, getting paid to do your hobby.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. So
mm,
um, it's more than a hobby. It's more than a hobby.
mm, mm. It's
Maybe
life.
a hobby is it is a hobby if you're assistant researcher and you
Okay.
have only one team to
Mhm.
manage. It's a
Mhm.
hobby for you. You can say, okay, it's good because I will play in the game with my team and I know I did the data and every player is
Mhm.
like I did for him. But I'm not doing this for one team. I'm doing this for one country.
No. Yep.
And I don't know if you have seen the database from Austria. There is every team from Austria inside.
See.
Every team from the
See.
first, from the top league until
Mhm.
to the 10th league, to the 10th
Mad.
league. So
Oh
around
wow.
1,700 clubs. And the four top leagues in Austria have full squads, full
Okay.
players.
Okay. That's a lot of
So
work, Wolfgang.
it's a lot of work. It's really,
Yeah.
really a lot of work. But it's a passion. This is passion to
Mhm.
do this because I like to play also in lower leagues with teams.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm playing with my team from my hometown. It's a small
Okay.
town,
Yep.
and I'm playing with this team with an extra file, with
Mhm.
of course with the original players because I know them. I've played for
Yep.
this team too before, so I
Yep.
will put them inside and be their manager now
Mhm.
and try to bring them up.
Yep.
Or sometimes I try to not bring them up. Sometimes I try to bring them down.
Ah. You should do that with Salzburg.
It is no. I would never. I would never do this. I would
Okay.
never manage this team. Not Salzburg or not Austria. I would never do this. And no, it's not good. It's not. No,
No.
absolutely not.
Wolfgang, last question. What are you
Yeah,
most proud of since you started working with Football Manager? Is it becoming the head researcher for Austria, becoming the joint head researcher for Germany, or is it doing Nigeria?
it's no difference for me.
Mm,
Absolutely no difference.
mm,
It's still is the it is the same for me. It is I'm proud to be a part of this wonderful game.
mm,
And since so many years, as we said before, I've started to play this game in 1992.
mm-hmm.
If you would have known me before and would have said to me in 1992, Wolfgang, you will become the head researcher for Austria for Football Manager, I would say, huh?
You
Serious?
what? Mm,
Never, wouldn't happen.
nah, not
But
not me.
it is exactly a dream come true. But I have to say, as I've started to become the head researcher for Austria, uh, it wasn't clear for me how important this job really is, and I also wasn't really sure that so many people are really jealous to become the role as a head researcher
Hmm.
because yes, I have seen it as I mentioned before when I went to England and people saw me there and say, "Oh, you're a football manager." They've been excited to see me there. I didn't have this in mind before. How many people love this game? How many people are play so many hours and are happy to play this game? And to be a part of this wonderful game is,
Hmm.
yeah, beautiful. And no matter if I'm head researcher for Austria, for a small country, or if I'm co-head researcher for Germany, which is of course maybe more important than Austria. The league is more famous than the Austrian league, of course. But yes, I'm proud to be a part of this. And Nigeria, yes, of course, I'm very proud to be head researcher of Nigeria.
Hmm.
And be more proud if I would get some more help from Nigeria, from users. I have no idea how many people play Football
Mm,
Manager in Nigeria. I know the situation in Nigeria, and I know there won't be a lot of players who play Football Manager.
mm,
Of course, because it's cheap. So,
Yep.
but I know there are some Nigerians who play this game. Maybe not Nigerians from Nigeria. Maybe some Nigerians from UK,
True. That's true.
and
Yeah.
maybe they like to play with their home country in Football
Mm.
Manager, and
Mhm.
maybe they have a favorite team in Nigeria, like I have. I have also a
Mhm.
favorite team in Nigeria, and I've seen this game, this team twice now.
Mhm.
But the only thing is it's football, and everybody who like a team should help a head researcher from this country. So if he is maybe Nigerian and he like to play in Nigerian league, come help me. Drop a
Mm.
message. Help me on it.
Exactly.
I'm not fighting.
Wolfgang,
I'm not fighting. So,
let people know where they can find you as well, Wolfgang.
yeah, I'm. You can find me on Instagram.
Mhm.
It's WG Sports Consulting is my
Yep.
my company, and I'm with this on Instagram. I'm also on Instagram with my name, Wolfgang Gasparik. This also a second account there.
Mhm.
Everybody can find me on LinkedIn with my name,
Mhm.
and on Facebook. I'm on Facebook too with this name. So
Mhm.
I'm on every social media. People can find me there
Mhm.
and can talk to me about Football Manager. Also, people can talk to me about scouting.
Mhm.
Maybe they need some help, they need some experience from me, all of this, and also players can come to me and can talk to me about maybe represent them to help
Okay.
them
Mhm.
uh, in football business. Maybe if they're playing already professional in a team in Europe, and maybe they like to get some more possibilities for them.
Mhm.
Maybe they say to me, "Oh, I'm living right now in a small country, but I'm a big player there, and
Mhm.
I like to go next year to a bigger country because I like to see this." Or he's a
A
young player and
challenge.
says, "I have opportunity to study in a different country,
Mhm.
and but I'm a player in this country. Can you help me to find a club
Yep.
in this country? Maybe a smaller club because I can't
Mhm.
do it professional there
Mhm.
because of study." Maybe you can find me a smaller club where I can stay sharp in training,
Mhm.
where I can play there permanently on my free days and can
Mhm.
help the club maybe as a big player. So
Yep.
those players can come to me and can ask me if I can help them. For sure, I will try to help them. No promise. As I said always, you can never give a promise,
Nope.
especially not in times like the pandemic, because so many
Mhm.
clubs say, yes, a good player, but we don't have any money to take this player. So it's hard.
Of
But
course.
if this player is maybe not satisfied with his manager or he has no management, come to me, talk to
Mhm.
me. We will find a solution, and I try to help this player. So that's not a problem for me. And yeah, as I say, I'm on every social network,
Mhm.
and you can call me there, talk to me there,
Exactly.
and
There you go, people. You've heard it from Wolfgang
yeah,
himself. Just look, his name's on the screen, so have a look yourself. Go and search it into all the social medias. I'm sure you'll find him. He's a great
okay.
guy as well, so I'm sure he'll give you the time of day, and I'm sure you'll get a response back from him. But just for all the Football Manager fans, Wolfgang, just give us a reminder of when Football Manager is being released.
Uh, as I said, the beta was released 2 days before for the pre-releases, so
Yep.
everybody who bought it before, he get the pre-release version with the open beta,
Mhm.
and the game itself will be released on November 9.
Mhm.
So everybody with a pre-release code can play right now. Of
Mhm.
course, only the
Yep.
beta, not the full
Yep.
version. But this game will be full released on 9th, and he can play with his save. So if he
Mhm.
start a save right now, he can continue the save with the full
Excellent.
game.
Yes.
He can
Perfect.
do this. So don't make just a fun save right now. You can play with a full save with your favorite
Exactly.
team. And on 9
Exactly.
November, start by 0001 a.m. The game is released. The game is
Wolfgang,
released, so
but
do
you
it
know
and
people will
do
do
it.
that as well. People will do that, Wolfgang, especially in England, in
I
the
know a
UK.
lot of people.
Seriously.
Me too. Me
Yes.
too. Me too.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
still
I've been
waiting for
there.
this day.
I've been there.
Yeah. And as mentioned before, let's have some online game
Yeah.
in next time
Yes.
about
I'm
maybe the
I'm on it.
Nigerian
I'm
league
on it.
or
Yeah, I'm
maybe
on it.
some other
Definitely.
leagues.
Yeah.
And everybody's welcome to join us, I would say.
There we go. Definitely. You know what? I'll put it up on social media. We'll do a league. We'll give the code out to everyone who wants to join. They can join.
Do you have already a version from Football Manager, MJ?
Sorry. Do I have what? Sorry.
You have ordered a game.
No, not the new one. No, I haven't ordered it yet. No,
Not the new one.
I will. So
Ah,
I was waiting for the 9th. That's why I was gonna
I
get it
will.
on the
You don't.
stream.
You don't need to. I will send you. I will send you
Ah,
the code
top
for the
guy.
stream. Okay?
Ah, thank you
So
very much.
you can start your journey today. All right.
Yes, yep, definitely. I'm not working tomorrow, so I've got some spare time on my hands. Definitely.
After the interview, you can expect a code from me on your
Yes.
email, and you
Okay,
can start
I'm
in some
ready.
minutes. All right.
Yeah, Wolfgang, you're a top man. Thank you very much, Wolfgang, and
You're
thank you
welcome.
very
You're
much,
absolutely welcome.
and thank you very much for your time today, Wolfgang.
That's good. No,
Cheers, man.
it's fine.
Thank you.